What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC. Today we're taking a quick look at the Dark Bayou EM by Monterey Watch Company. And I recently partnered with Monterey Watch Company to become a brand ambassador. So I do have a coupon code UncommonBA, which will save you 25% off not only this watch, but any of the watches that they offer. So the Dark Bayou is a collaboration between Monterey Watch Company and one of their customers by the name of Evan M, hence the initials EM in that model name, and really incredible. So Evan had this vision for a watch that he was looking for, couldn't find it anywhere else on the market. He reaches out to Tim, the founder of Monterey Watch Company, and they eventually collabed to bring this design to the market. Really glad that they did. It's inspired by 1960s dive watches. And I guess you can say the color tone or color temperature is inspired by the Louisiana Bayou. And you can see it has this really great gold tone that's almost got an orangish hue to it. Really reminds me specifically of the Bayou at dusk. And so that Dark Bayou name is perfect for it. And for me, it's what really sold me on this watch. It's a super unique color combination that I don't have anything like in my collection. I have plenty of black and orange, but nothing with quite this tone. And that's what really sold me on this model. Usually when shopping for a watch, it's the dial that draws me in. And this is a great looking, clean looking dial, easy to read as well. Also like to look at the movement. I'm not a movement snob by any means, but do prefer a mechanical over a quartz movement. This has your NH35A Automatic movement. And so great, sturdy, reliable movement, super affordable as well, which goes into that final price of $269, ultra affordable watch, especially when you factor in that 25% off coupon code. And that movement does have the date complication as well. Mine has the date magnification, but you can get it with or without. So if you're not a big fan of the magnification, you can get one with just a clear sapphire crystal, no magnification. But again, what really sold me on this one was the bezel. And so even though the dial and the bezel have that same tone of orangish gold, those big bold numbers on the bezel really tie it all together nicely for me and show off the color so well. And so that's what ultimately sold me on it. Now, the watch is on a 40mm case, perfect size for my wrist. I have probably smaller than average wrist at about 7 inches, but you can see it fills up the wrist nicely without dominating it, but it really fills the space just about perfectly. I will put this on a little bit later in the video, but of course, easier to manipulate it with it off my wrist. I can kind of show the inside, outside, rotate it a little bit easier than I would if I had it on. And so 100 meters of water resistance. Again, it is a dive watch, so you do want that water resistance. We get 100 meters of water resistance, 20 millimeters at the lugs. And so important to note, this is not the strap that came with it. I just thought it matched so perfectly. I actually ordered this strap for a different watch, thinking that it would be a more high-vis orange. You can see it's a more muted orange that really matches perfectly with the watch itself. And so it's kind of been my go-to, but I've been cycling between 3. So it does come with a stainless steel bracelet. We can take a look at it here. Great looking packaging as well, super classy looking. Also comes with a handwritten note, which is a really nice touch, especially when you considered they've been around for a little bit over a year now. Every single watch that they've sold over 1,000 at this point, has come with a handwritten note. So it gives me carpal tunnel just thinking about it, but I guess probably used to it, especially when you consider he's hand building or hand assembling each of these watches as well. But this is a bracelet it comes with, nothing wrong with it. In fact, great looking bracelet, has that Monterey M on the clasp, established 2022. And one thing I really like about this watch is just how versatile it ends up being with all of these different combinations. So we have our bracelet. I have the spring bars in there as well, just so I don't lose them. I have the leather strap, and I'll link to all of the strap options I'm going to show here in the description of this video if you want to match my configuration. And then I also ordered this NATO strap before I knew how well the leather strap was going to match, and I think this one looks great too. So really a watch that you can dress down with that NATO strap, dress up a little bit with a leather strap or your stainless steel bracelet, and it looks good and fits in all of those scenarios. And so super versatile watch overall. Really great looking, again, sapphire crystal, that Seiko NH35A movement. And these are all being hand assembled and QC'd by Tim, the founder of Monterey Watch Company. And so he imports the parts from various places. Obviously, Seiko movements are from Japan, but all over the world, and makes these really cool pieces that are inspired by classic dive and sport watches. And so just a cool company. Now, I mentioned I partnered with them to become a brand ambassador. I'm going to put this on while I talk about this. The reason I did that is, first off, the lineup of watches that they have in their collection pretty much all appeal to me. So sometimes you look at a company and they have certain models that work really well for you, certain models that don't. for him, the designs all really appealed to the aesthetic that I like, and so it was kind of a natural fit. I also have friends that are already ambassadors and working with him, people like Mikey Daly Carey, Barbarian Brawny, Alpha Prime EDC, and even EDC Knife and Tool, probably a couple others that I'm forgetting to mention, all brand ambassadors that had nothing but great things to say about not only the watch, but about the founder, Tim. And they all had this great relationship with him. He interacts with them very regularly and is just super passionate about the project. And so I actually reached out to them. It's the first time I've ever done it. I've signed up for affiliate programs after I've bought and stuff. I'll always check if they have an affiliate program and sign up, or companies will reach out to me about sending stuff. But I've never reached out to another company until Monterey Watch Company. And the reason I did that was I just really enjoyed the vision, and again, having that reputation of already working with people I know. But he has this vision that's on the website. It comes on the card that ships with the box. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but talked about it on the phone with him as well when we first talked. And that was to make a killer watch that honors classic dive and sport watches out there, but make them accessible to everyone, not just people with money. And so he makes them in small batches. He handles each one, again, assembles them and QCs each individual watch. He delivers it with a personal touch, which is that handwritten note, answers the phone, replies quickly, fast turnaround times, admits our mistakes, that sort of thing. And so he's got this vision that's not just something that's on the website or on that postcard that comes with the watch, but heard stories from other people that reflect that. If you join the Facebook group, there's people that have made posts talking about that great customer service, and when they have issues, he owns up to them and makes it right, whether it's sending a replacement, refunds, whatever the case may be, or sending it back to get repaired. When those issues arise, which they arise with every company, you make sure to take care of them. And so it just seemed like the perfect company to partner with. And I really like the idea of having these great looking affordable watches, because the watch hobby is so expensive as it is, but he has these watches that don't really look exactly like every other watch in the industry, and you can get them at really affordable prices, at least as far as watch goes. I know for a lot of people, $250 is still a lot of money, but in the watch world, it is very affordable. You're also supporting this micro brand. Like I said, he's just passed the 1,000 sales mark, and he's hand assembling these in America. He's a semi-retired, I think recently retired entrepreneur, and so just a passion project. In fact, that same letter mentions he got a DIY watch kit for Christmas, and that's what started him on the idea to found this watch company. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Again, if you decide to pick one of these up, definitely use my coupon code. We'll save you a bunch of money. It's a pretty significant discount compared to the usual 10 or 15% that we see with companies. But thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.